Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for today's practice. This hour-long gentle yoga practice is going to focus on generosity. So generosity and open-heartedness. So looking at how we can open our heart to share the riches we have with other people. It's appropriate in Australia in particular as it's the beginning of spring this week. So it's a lovely time to start to open up and share the wealth that we have with others. So start as we always do, sitting in cross-legged or with your legs out in front if that's more comfortable for you. And just starting to notice your sit bones on the earth. Start to become present, look around your room. Start to settle into your space. Let go of the day, the busyness. And start to connect with your breath. You might like to flutter your eyes closed or look down at the floor to relax your eyes. And as you inhale, allow your stomach, your abdomen to stretch out, your ribs to expand at the side and your chest to broaden. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to soften away from your ears. On the inhale, expand out to the side. On the exhale, soften down, connecting to the earth. Inhale and expand. Exhale, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Allow your hands to drop to your side, palms up. Inhale and stretch your arms out to the side and up overhead, palms facing. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. And hands to heart center as you exhale. This time, just allow your thumbs to connect with your sternum. That heartfelt sense of gratitude for everything that we have. And also the ability to be generous, to share with others. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, stretching wide, up overhead, and drop your right hand to the right and lean over to the right, keeping your left sit bone on the ground, pointing your top fingers to the side, to the right. Breathe through your side body, stretching, broadening through the ribs. And on your next inhale, come back up to center and then drop your left hand to the left and point your fingers to the left, top fingers to the left. Anchoring through the sit bone on the right side. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, sweep your hands to the back, fingers pointing back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and just look up at the ceiling, stretching through the front body. And you may like to tilt your pelvis for a little back bend as well, if that's available to you. Inhale, broad through the collarbones, and exhale, anchoring into your sit bones. Inhale, stretch your arms up, and exhale, rain your hands forward until they touch the floor in front of you. And with your back still straight, crown shining up to the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, tuck your chin to the chest, looking down at the ground, your belly button. And you may like to walk your hands a little further forward. Take a couple of breaths here in this forward fold. Really expanding through the back body. And then releasing the air down to the earth. Inhale and walking up to sitting. And then inhale for a twist, stretching your arms wide, up above your head. Exhale, looking to the right, drop your left hand to the outside of your right knee, other hand drops behind. Sitting up tall, tall through the spine, and on the exhale, look a little bit further over your shoulder. Inhale, tall spine, and exhale, twisting further. On the next inhale, come back to center, stretching sideways tall, and then exhale, going to the other side. Tuck your chin in slightly to create length in your neck, and as you breathe in, imagine your crown stretching up to the sky, connected by a fine thread. As you exhale, just twist a little further, looking over your shoulder. Inhale and come back to center, hands above the head, and exhale, hands to heart center. Just put your hands on your knees for a moment. We'll just do a few Sufi rolls, so moving the whole torso forward and back, just starting to activate through the hips, going one way, breathing in as you roll back, out as you go forward, in as you go back, out as you go forward. And then when you're at the back, stop and go the other way. Changing direction. Just feel that through your hips, your sit bones. And then come back to center. And before we get into tabletop, just stop for a moment and notice how you feel. Notice the heat in your body that you've created. The blood flowing more freely. And then we'll come into tabletop. Wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Neutral spine. Crown stretching forward, tail stretching back, and active in the core. So navel goes towards the spine. Inhale, shine your heart space forward, lifting your hips for cow. And then exhale, tucking in your chin, pushing the earth away for cat. Inhale for cow. Belly goes towards the mat. Exhale for cat, tucking in the tail. And take a few more in your own time, being guided by your breath. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. You may like to go off the tram lines a little bit, sway your hips one way or the other. Move your shoulders from side to side. And then come back to neutral spine, tabletop. Inhale, stretch your right arm out to the side and up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Left side, inhale, stretch your left arm out to the side, up towards the sky, and then back to the mat. Inhale, stretch your right hand up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it back down to the mat. This time, kickstand your right foot at 90 degrees. So it's pointing to the right of your mat. Plant your right hand, stretch your left leg long, foot flat on the floor. And stretch your left hand up. Supported side plank, really lifting those hips as high as they can go And feel the line of energy from one knot of fingertips to the other, all the way through your body. Inhale, stretching your arm up, and exhale here. On the next inhale, come up, torso vertical, arms parallel with the floor. Great. Stretch long here on your inhale, fingers wide. Exhale, left hand to left thigh, and the right arm stretches over, gate pose. So feel that stretch through your side body, up through your right knee, hip, right side body, all the way to your right fingertips. Inhale to stretch, and exhale to lower your right hand down to the mat, back to tabletop. Neutral spine in tabletop. We'll do the left side. Inhale, stretch your left arm up and out to the sky. And exhale, bring it back down to the ground. Kickstand your left foot out to the left side of your mat. Straighten your right leg, right foot on the ground. Anchoring through your left hand, straight left arm. Stretch your right hand up to the sky. And see if you can really raise those hips up. Pressing into the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale and stretch here. Exhale, and then on the next inhale, come up to vertical. Arms are parallel with the mat. Inhale, stretch wide. Exhale, go over to the right side. Stretching through your left side body. Left fingers pointing to the back of the mat. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and bring your left hand back down to the ground and come back into tabletop. Wonderful. Just take a cat-cow here to realign the spine. So stretching your head up, looking forward for cow, and then exhaling, pushing back into cat. And then coming back into neutral spine. Well done. Inhale here, tuck in your toes, exhale and push your hips high for downward facing dog. Remember to spread your fingers wide and press through your fingertips to distribute the weight evenly through your hands. And then step out your dog, so walk your dog. Bend in one knee and then the other knee. Opposite heel goes to the ground, towards the ground. And then just settle down in your downward facing dog. Chest and forehead track towards the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, right leg raises, toes pointing to the ground. Exhale, knee to nose, right knee in towards the nose, rounding through the back. Inhale, right leg up the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, bring your right foot in between your hands. You might need to step it through or move your hands to get there, that's fine. Have your right leg in a square. Stretch your left heel back long, active in the left thigh, looking forward, low runner's lunge. Nice stretch in the groins and the hips. Inhale and lower your left knee to the ground. You can untuck your left toes if that serves you. Your right leg is in a square, your knee is over your ankle. Inhale and stretch up for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So your arms are facing each other above your head. You squeeze your thighs together, beautiful. For stability, and look at a spot in front of you also for stability. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, left hand goes to the front of the mat, right hand to the back of the mat for a twist. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, rain your hands down to frame your right foot. Inhale here, and on the exhale, move your hips back, straighten your right leg, and come into half splits. Right toes point towards the shin, doming your hands to create space for your torso, stretching through the right hamstring. Inhale and bring your right foot back in between your hands into a square. Press down through your left hand and inhale and stretch your right hand up to the sky, right arm up to the sky for a twist. And exhale, bring the right hand back down. Tuck in the left toes, inhale and push back as you exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky. And exhale, left foot comes in between your hands. Step it through if that's what you need to do. Left leg is in a square over the left ankle. Right heel is stretching back, runner's lunge, looking forward. Inhale, and on the exhale, drop your right knee to the mat and untuck your toes. Exhale here, and then inhale, sweep your arms above your head, palms facing, upper arms by your ears, and just descend your shoulders, scissoring the thighs together for stability and active in the core. Knit your ribs together. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, right hand points forward, left hand points back for a twist. Inhale, stretching up, coming back to center, and exhale, raining your hands forward. Good work. Planting your right hand on the mat. Inhale and stretch your left hand up towards the sky for a twist. Feel that in your left hip probably. Exhale and lower your hand to frame your foot. Inhale, tuck in your right toes and push back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, right knee comes in towards your right wrist, and you lay your right shin on the mat. Lower your left leg to the mat for half lizard pose. Looking forward, half pigeon pose. Looking forward. Broad across collarbones. Big stretch for the hips and the knee. Tuck in your left foot, inhale and push back into downward facing dog. And we'll go on the left side. Inhale, left leg raises, and exhale, left knee to left wrist. Lie your left shin on the mat. Lower your right leg and stretch back your right leg. Looking forward, half pigeon on the left side, broad across the chest. Inhale and tuck in your right toes. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees in downward facing dog and walk your hands towards your feet. Flatten your feet and come into ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows with the hands. Knees are bent as much as you like and sway from side to side, bending one leg and then the other. Releasing the back. Allow the head to nod loosely, releasing the neck. And then let your hands go. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, and just like a frond, unfurl your vertebrae one by one as you slowly come up to standing. Give your shoulders a circle. Beautiful. And before we go into the salutes, we'll just do a couple of balances. So grounding your left foot into the ground. Bring your right leg up in a square. So your thigh is parallel with the mat. Hands are on your hips. If available to you, you might like to go into Anjane Mudra, so hands to your heart. And just balance there for a moment or two. You may like to circle your ankle one way and then the other, making circles with your toes. Then put your hands back on your hips and replace your right foot on the ground. Going on the second side, pressing your right foot into the ground, inhale and raise your left thigh so it's parallel with the mat, shin is vertical. And again, staying here or perhaps putting your hands to heart center and circling your ankle, your toes one way and then the other. Just having your eyes fixed on a spot to allow that balance. And then relax it down. Good work. Grounding again into the left foot. This time we're going to raise the right leg horizontally, so it's going to be parallel with the ground if that's available to you, or bend it if that's more applicable. So straight out is what we're after, like that. Looking at your spot, your focus spot, for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great exercise for the leg, but also for the core. So anchoring through the right foot now. Inhaling, and on the exhale, bring up your left leg to being horizontal with the ground, horizontal in fact. Toes pointing up. Get your balance for 3, 2, 1, and release. Good work. And just shake your legs out a little bit. Then we'll just do figure 4 before we do our salute. So anchoring now through the left leg. Inhale, bend your left leg and lift up your right leg, crossing it over your left. So you're in figure 4 and hands to heart center if that's available to you, or on your hips. Again, looking at your point of balance, flexing your toes that are up in the air to get more balance, and then coming up and releasing. Good work. Anchoring to the right foot, bend the right leg, inhale and lift up the left leg, left shin goes over the right thigh, flexing the right toes in towards yourself, and again, hands to heart center. Looking at that point of balance. Inhale, come up and release. Wonderful work, fantastic. Come to the top of your mat and stand in mountain pose. Feet under your hips, shoulders stacked over your hips. Anchoring through your feet, 4 corners of your feet. You might like to lift your toes. Just experience those 4 corners of your feet connecting with the earth. Your tail is long, navel is tucked in, broad across the collarbones, palms of the hands point forward to create space in the chest area. Just notice what's arising for you and let it pass. And then inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, rain your hands down, bending from the hip, nice strong back. Bend your knees if you would like, and come down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, torso parallel with the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands either side of your feet and step back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, And on the exhale, knees to the mat and into supported plank. So your shoulders are over your wrists, your body is at a diagonal, tucking in your tail and your navel. And just looking at the floor just in front of you. Take 2 breaths here. Pushing up through the hands. Nice and strong. And on the next exhale, elbows to the ribs and lower onto the mat. All the way down. Forehead is on the mat. Feet are on the mat. Pressing into the feet so the knees come off the mat. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale. Come up for baby cobra. Elbows into the ribs. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Exhale for downward facing dog. Just take a couple of moments in downward facing dog to check your alignment. Hips to the sky, chest towards the mat. Elbow creases shining forward. And then walk your feet in towards your hands, bending your knees as much as you like, ragdoll. Other hands, cross your hands, arms the other way for ragdoll, swaying from side to side. And then come up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, let your hands go, and then tuck in the chin and roll up to standing. Beautiful, good work. Sun salutation B, we're going to be doing warrior pose 1 and standing L today. Standing in mountain pose, nice and tall, creating space in the spine. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. Rain your hands down for forward fold, framing your feet with your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands either side of your feet and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale in downward facing dog. Exhale, knees to the mat, come into supported plank. Pushing up through the fingertips, through the shoulders, knitting your ribs into the midline. Inhale, and on your next exhale, elbows to the ribs and lower all the way down as slow as you can to the mat. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into the ribs. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale, relaxing down. Inhale, push back into tabletop. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg raises, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right foot comes in between the hands. Oh, funny. Left foot is flat on the mat at 60 degrees. Just make sure that your right knee is in a square over your right ankle. Inhale and exhale here. Then inhale, coming up for warrior 1. Looking forward, straight forward, hands above the head. Beautiful. So just check that your hips are in line with the front of the mat. So track your right hip back and the left ribs forward. Navel to the spine to protect your lower back. And really press into that back heel, back outside edge of the foot. Active in both legs. Inhale and straighten your front leg. Exhale, sweep your hands behind you, clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, coming down for pyramid pose. So you're looking towards your right leg. Stretch your fingers back towards the back of the mat. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. The crown is shining forward. Inhale, come back up. Release the hands. Frame the right foot, bend the right leg. Point the left toes forward. Walk your hands forward a little way, flat on the floor or domed, and come into standing L. Right leg is straight, left leg is straight, parallel with the floor, toes pointing down. Standing L on the right side. If it serves you, you might like to bend your right knee slightly and then straighten your leg for a little bit of extra strengthening of that leg. Just slightly. Wonderful. Inhale, on the exhale, drop your left foot back onto the mat. Walk your hands around to the left side of your mat for a wide-legged fold. Good work. You might want to heel toe your feet out a little further. So your hands are under your face, your back is flat. Inhale, pressing into your left hand, stretch your right hand out to the side, watching it go, and then up towards the sky. Exhale as it comes back down, watching it all the way. And then ground your hand on the floor. Inhale and watch your left hand as it stretches out to the side, goes up to the sky. And then exhale as it comes back down. Wonderful. Now walk your hands back so that they are more or less in line with your feet. You might need to bend your arms a little bit. Inhale and exhale, just bend forward for a forward fold with wide legs. Going to fill it up through the groins, the inner thighs. And allow your neck to hang down. Don't forget to breathe. Relax the mouth. Inhale and bring your hands back under your face, flat back again. And then walk your hands back to the front of the mat, framing your right foot. Inhale and push back into downward facing dog. Left side now. Inhale, raising the left leg. Exhale, foot between the hands, left foot between your hands. Have your right foot on the floor at 60 degrees. Your left leg is in a square over your left ankle, tracking towards your second and third toes. Inhale here and then exhale. On the next inhale, swing your arms forward, up overhead for warrior one on the left side. And again, just track your left hip back and your right ribs forward. Tucking in your core, active through the core. Tucking in your navel. Stretch your hands up on the inhale. On the exhale, sweep your hands behind you and straighten your left leg. Clasp your hands in the opposite clasp from last time. Inhale, look up towards the sky, hands stretching down towards the earth. Exhale, bending towards your left leg. Only as far as is comfortable. Hands stretching back towards the back of the mat. Relax the jaw, the face, and focus on your breath. Inhale and come up. Release the hands. And now bend your left legs. Walk your hands forward. Walk your back foot forward. Hands domed or flat on the mat, and come into standing L on the left side. Right toes point down to the ground. So your hips are parallel with the ground. Strengthening the foot, the ankle, the left leg, your core, and of course your right leg. You may like to take a couple of delicate bends with your left knee. Just curling down, back up. Float your back foot back down to the mat. Walk your hands round to the right side of the mat. Hands under your face. Plant your right hand on the ground. Inhale, stretch your left hand out to the side, up towards the sky. And exhale, watching that hand come back down. Plant the left hand back down on the ground. Inhale, watch the right hand stretch out to the side, up towards the sky. And exhale as it comes back down. Straight back, flat back. Your hands are under your face. Just walk your hands now back so they're almost in line or in line with your feet. Bending your elbows and allowing your head to drop down. Stretching through the inner thighs, back of the body. Breathe here and just notice the expansion through your back body. Relaxing the face. And then walk your hands out so you are flat back. Your hands are under your face again. And then walk your hands to the front of the mat, pointing your toes towards the front of the mat. Left leg is in a square. Inhale, and on the exhale, push back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, come into supported plank. Exhale and come down to the ground. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, pushing up into tabletop, tuck in your toes, exhale for downward facing dog. Walking your feet towards your hands, come into forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale for forward fold. Bending the knees, inhaling, stretching your arms wide to the side, coming up all the way, hands over the head, palms facing, and hands to heart center. Good work. It's quite a workout. Well done. Fantastic. Coming down onto the floor for staff pose. Legs straight out in front. Toes pointing up to the sky. Either hands on the thighs or by your side. Fingers pointing forward, broad across the collarbones. Just connecting with the earth. Notice how your body is reacting, where your mind is. We'll do a simple twist first of all, so bringing the right foot next to the left thigh. Wrap your left arm around your right shin. Inhale, stretch your right arm up high in the sky. Exhale, drop it to the back behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Squeezing that Right leg in tight. Nice strong vertical spine. Inhaling and stretching your spine up. And exhaling, looking a little bit further over your shoulder. Imagine that thread from the top of your head, crown of your head, all the way up to the sky. It's a golden thread, a single golden thread, creating space in your spine and allowing you to twist a little further every time you exhale. Inhale, stretching up, and exhale, twisting a little further. Leaving your legs where they are. Inhale and come back to centre, and then plant your hands on the opposite hip, framing your left hip for a counter twist. And then come back to centre. Drop your right knee out to the side. The right sole of your right foot is in the groin or on your left thigh. Do knee to nose, so active through the left leg, toes pointing towards the shin. You can have a bend in your left leg if that serves you. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, stretching the torso up, palms above the head. And then exhale, bending from the hips, shining the chest forward, and then lowering your hands down to the ground. And they may catch your thigh, your calf, your shin, or your foot, depending on your physical geometry. Inhale, shining your chest forward, and then exhale, looking towards your knee, allowing gravity to assist you in this bend. Inhale, stretch your arms forward, up overhead, come back to vertical. Exhale, hands to heart center. Straighten your right leg, bend in your left knee. Wrap your left knee, your left shin with your right arm. Inhale, stretching up the left arm. Exhale, dropping it behind you, looking over your left shoulder. Just check that your spine is vertical and not leaning back. Tuck in the chin. Reconnect with that golden thread, stretching your spine upwards as you inhale. As you exhale, look over your shoulder, twisting from the core. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, relaxing into the twist. Leaving your legs where they are. Inhale, come back to center, and then frame your right hip with your hands to counter twist. And then come back to center. Now drop your left knee out to the side. The sole of the left foot is next to the right thigh. Just sitting nice and tall. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side. Up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, rain your hands forward, bending from the hips. Chest shines forward. And allow your hands to drop where they're comfortable. You might find that one side is more flexible than the other. That's quite normal. So shining the chest forward. And on your next exhale, lower your head so you can look at your knee. And allow gravity to assist you in this forward fold. If you have any areas of the body where the muscles are grabbing, just inhale and send your exhale to those muscles to release them. Inhale, stretch your arms forward, up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good work. Stretching both legs long. We'll do a forward fold, both legs straight. Inhale, stretching your arms out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, folding forward from the hips. You might like to have a gentle bend in your knees and drape your torso towards your thighs and allow your hands to fall where they do. You may like to play with straightening your knees a little bit, shining the chest forward. Inhale and then exhale, lower your head so you're looking at your knees. Your toes are pointed towards your shins. And you're relaxing in forward fold. This is a great pose for down regulating our systems, activating rest and digest. Things that allow us to be generous, to be open-hearted to ourselves and to others. Inhale, stretching your arms forward, up overhead, coming up, and then exhale, hands to heart center. And just come back to staff pose and see how you feel. How do your legs feel? Your shoulders, your back. And then rolling onto your left side, lying down on the floor. Your feet are stacked one on top of the other and you're leaning on your left elbow. We're going to do a leg raise. See how we go with this. So our right hand is on the right thigh. Inhale, and we're just going to raise the right leg up in the sky. Beautiful. Keep it straight and keep your toes flexed in. Nice work. And exhale as it comes down. Inhale, raising it again. And exhale, bringing it down. One more time. Inhale, raising the right leg. And exhale, bringing it down. Going to flip onto the other side now, onto the right side. So balancing on the right elbow and forearm. The right leg is on the bottom, left leg is on the top. Your left hand is on your left thigh. Inhale, raising your left thigh, left foot, left leg, straight leg. Toes pointing towards your shin. And exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, raising your foot, your leg. And exhale, bringing it back down. One more. Inhale, raising the leg. And exhale, bringing it back down. Great work. Coming onto your stomach, onto your front body, on your mat. Lying with your forehead on the mat. Arms stretched out in front. So your hands are hands are shoulder width apart and your feet are hip width apart. Have your forehead on the mat. Inhale and raise your right arm only. For a couple of breaths, stretching your right hand out, stretching, stretching, and release. Inhale and raise your left hand up, stretching your left hand out, away from the body, stretching a bit further, and release. We'll do the right leg now. So both hips stay on the ground. Inhale, raising your right leg a foot off the ground. Hips stay on the ground, so it's not a very big elevation for the leg. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, and relax the leg down. And the other side, inhale, left leg raises, hips stay on the mat, it's only a very small lift. 1, 2, 3, and relax that leg down. This time we'll go our right hand and our left leg. Forehead stays on the mat. So inhaling, raising the right arm and the left leg. Right arm, left leg. For 3, 2, 1, and release. Opposite side, left arm, right leg. Inhale and raise, left arm, right leg. Stretching out, 3, 2, 1, and release. This time we'll do both arms together. Forehead stays on the mat. Inhaling, raising both arms up. 2, 3, 2, 1, and release. And now the legs, both legs going up. Inhale, raising both legs, stretching them back, anchoring into the pelvis. 3, 2, 1, and release. Now we're going to do both arms, both legs. If you feel that that might be too much for your back, just choose either both arms or both legs. Forehead still on the mat. Inhale and raising both arms, both legs, if that serves you, for 3, 2, 1, and release. And the last one, choose one of the earlier options, or for the last one we'll raise the head as well. Inhale, raise the head, the arms and the legs for 3, 2, 1, and release. Good work. Coming onto your back, let's roll over. Just to release the back, we'll go the happy baby pose. So first of all, your knees come into your chest. You grab hold of your ankles or the outside edges of your feet, and then you straighten out your shins so they're vertical and your thighs are right alongside your body for happy baby. And you can rock from side to side, feeling the small of your back on the mat. You might find that you've got some creaks as you roll from side to side. Wonderful. And then returning both feet to the mat behind the buttocks. Do figure 4. So the right ankle comes over the left thigh. Thread your hands behind the left thigh. Flexing in your right toes towards your shin. You can return your head to the mat if you want to, or keep it up. And just pull that thigh in and use your right elbow to push back your right knee. Feel that stretch in the right hip. Bring your left foot down to the mat. Keep your right foot where it is. Straighten your left leg. Oh, hang on, what we're doing there. Straighten both legs, sorry guys. Okay, and we'll go figure 4 on the other side. So we're going to have the left ankle over the right thigh, bending the right knee in. Right foot is on the floor, left ankle is over the right thigh. Thread your hands behind your right thigh and lower your head back to the mat if that serves you, and use your elbow to push your left knee away from you. Flexing your left toes in. Figure 4 on the left side. Relax your jaw. And release your legs down long. Inhale, and on the exhale, hug in your right knee into the chest, into your armpit, and send it back long. Inhale, on the exhale, bring your left knee into the chest, grabbing hold of your shins, holding it in tight. Move your knee over to your left armpit, squeezing tight, massaging all your inner organs, stretching your right leg long, and then let your left leg go long. Bend your knees and have both feet flat on the floor. Have your arms out in a T and let both legs fall to the right. Look to the left, towards your left hand, for a gentle supine twist. Inhale, and on the exhale, release your hips down, your knees down, shoulders are on the mat. Breathing through the side body. Inhale and bring your legs back to centre. Exhale and drop them over to the left. Looking at your right hand. Inhale and fill up through that right side body. Exhale, relaxing the hips down, the knees, shoulders on the mat. Inhale, tuck in the core and come back to centre, and send your legs long for Shavasana, relaxation. Allow your feet to drop out to the side. Have your hands next to you, palms up. Make sure your neck is long, your chin is slightly tucked in to create that space in your spine. And just take a deep, full breath here, filling up through the abdomen, side ribs, the chest, and then purse your lips as though you were drinking through a straw and blow out your exhale. Take another deep breath in and blow out your breath as though it's going through a straw. One more deep breath in and relax it down. Allow your breathing to follow its natural pattern as we relax the body, visualizing each part in turn. Feet and ankles relax. Calves and knees relax. Thighs and hips relax. Pelvis and abdomen relax down. Hands and wrists relax. Elbows and upper arms relax. Shoulders relax down. Chest relaxes down. Neck and jaw relax. Draw your lips back from your teeth and replace them in a gentle smile. Raise your eyebrows and stretch your scalp. And then relax. Relax your eyes. Relax the skin on your face. And as the body relaxes, so the mind follows. Stillness. If thoughts arise, let them pass like clouds in the sky. And focus on your breath. Feel the mat under you, supporting you, the earth supporting you, allowing your generosity to flow. Deepen your breath and start to introduce some movement into your fingers, your toes, your hands and feet. You might like to stretch your legs long, stretch your arms overhead. As you wake up the body. And when you're ready, tuck your knees in tight and give yourself a hug. Be generous to yourself. And then roll to one side. And take a moment there as you integrate all the good work that you've done tonight. And then push up to a seat just as we started. Sitting cross-legged or with your legs out in front. Looking at the floor in front of you or closing your eyes. Just notice the breath coming in and out of your body. You might notice the space in your spine, that your shoulders are more relaxed. Inhale, and on the exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, stretching tall. Exhale, bow your head to your hands in gratitude for practice today. in gratitude for everything that's brought us here and allows us to be generous to ourselves and be generous to others, and in gratitude for nature itself. Be well and namaste. I hope you enjoyed practice today. If you did, please be sure to subscribe, like, or leave a comment below. Thank you. Bye.